You ever noticed how tired you feel even after a full night's sleep? How your body is technically resting, but your mind never really shuts off. Your focus slips. Your mood drops. Motivation feels heavy, like pushing against gravity, and you start blaming yourself. You think you're lazy, undisciplined, unmotivated, weak. But what if none of that is true? What if your body is quietly missing the basic building blocks it needs to function, and your brain is simply reacting to that shortage? Today, we're not talking about motivation hacks. We're not talking about willpower. We're talking about something far more fundamental. Every essential mineral the human body needs, and how missing even one can subtly change the way you think, feel, sleep, focus, and behave without you ever realizing why. Send, as we move through this, notice something important. This isn't about disease. It's about understanding yourself better. Let's start with the mineral that decides whether your body feels calm or constantly tense. Magnesium. Magnesium is deeply connected to relaxation. It helps your muscles release, your nerves settle, and your brain slow down when the day is over. When magnesium is low, people don't always feel sick. They feel wired but tired, restless at night, irritable for no clear reason. Their mind keeps replaying conversations. Their body never fully relaxes. Modern life burns through magnesium fast. Stress, caffeine, processed food, constant stimulation. Magnesium lives in foods like leafy greens, nuts, seeds, and whole grains. But when it's missing, your nervous system stays in survival mode, and suddenly, calm feels like a personality trait you just don't have. But what happens when your energy itself starts fading? That's where iron quietly steps in. Iron helps carry oxygen to every cell in your body. It's what makes energy possible at a cellular level. Low iron doesn't always show up as dramatic weakness. It shows up as mental fog, shortness of patience, feeling drained by tasks that used to feel easy. People with low iron often feel emotionally flat or overwhelmed at the same time. Not because they lack resilience, but because their brain literally isn't getting the oxygen it needs to think clearly. Iron comes from foods like red meat, beans, lentils, and spinach. But modern diets, rushed meals, and poor absorption slowly drain it away. And when oxygen drops, so does motivation. Now let's talk about a mineral that decides how stable your emotions feel day to day. Zinc. Zinc plays a major role in brain signaling, immune strength, and emotional balance. It helps your brain communicate efficiently. When zinc is low, people often feel unusually anxious, emotionally sensitive, or mentally scattered. Small problems feel bigger. Stress hits harder. Recovery from emotional setbacks takes longer. Zinc deficiency is common because processed foods replace zinc-rich foods like meat, seeds, nuts, and whole grains. Without zinc, your brain struggles to regulate emotional responses, and suddenly, you start questioning your emotional strength. But focus itself has another silent gatekeeper. Iodine. Iodine supports the thyroid, which controls your metabolic speed, both physical and mental. Low iodine doesn't scream. It whispers, slower thinking, lower drive, feeling mentally dull or unmotivated, needing more effort just to start tasks. Asterisk iodine mainly comes from seafood, dairy and iodized salt, something many people avoid now without replacing it properly. Asterisk when metabolism slows, life feels heavier, and people often mistake that for a lack of ambition. Asterisk, now here's a mineral that shapes stress resilience itself. Potassium. Potassium helps balance fluids, nerve signals, and muscle function. It keeps your system stable. When potassium is low, people feel fatigued, tense, and emotionally reactive. Their stress tolerance drops. Their body feels fragile. Under pressure. Asterisk fast food diets. Dehydration and low fruit intake quietly drain potassium. Asterisk foods like bananas, potatoes, beans, and avocados help restore balance. But when potassium is missing, even small stresses feel overwhelming. Asterisk, and then there's calcium, misunderstood, but powerful. Calcium isn't just about bones. It's essential for nerve signaling and muscle movement. Asterisk low calcium can feel like nervousness, muscle tension, poor sleep, and mental unease. Your body feels on edge without knowing why. Calcium lives in dairy, leafy greens, and fortified foods. Asterisk, but when it's missing, your nervous system becomes jumpy, and calm feels out of reach. Asterisk. Now let's talk about sodium. Yes, sodium. Not excess sodium. Balance. Asterisk sodium helps nerve impulses fire properly and keeps fluid balance stable. Asterisk too little can cause fatigue, brain fog, dizziness, and low mental clarity, especially in people who drink a lot of water but don't replenish minerals. Your brain depends on electrical signals. Without proper sodium balance, those signals weaken and thinking becomes harder. Asterisk finally. There's selenium, quiet but essential. Asterisk. Selenium supports antioxidant defense and thyroid health. Asterisk. Low selenium can show up as low mood, poor immunity, and mental fatigue. Asterisk it comes from foods like Brazil nuts, eggs, seafood, and whole grains. Asterisk without selenium, recovery, both physical and emotional, slows down. Asterisk. And here's the realization most people never reach. Asterisk when minerals are missing. Humans don't just feel tired. Asterisk. They feel less patient, less motivated, more anxious, more emotionally reactive, and society tells them it's a character flaw, but it isn't. The brain is biological, emotions are chemical, behavior follows. Energy. You don't lack discipline, you don't lack drive. Asterisk. Your body may simply be missing the raw materials it needs to function like it's supposed to. Asterisk, so instead of asking, what's wrong with me? Asterisk, maybe the better question is, asterisk, what does my body need? Asterisk, if this helped you understand yourself a little better, take a moment to reflect. Asterisk, pay attention to your energy, your mood, your focus. Like the video if it gave you clarity. Subscribe to Psychology of Human if you want more deep, human explanations like this. Asterisk, and remember, sometimes healing starts with understanding, not judgment.